Thought it was time to do the 10-month update of the Built-In Aquarium. And it has been a long time since I did an update because I've been traveling non-stop for work, and so the progress has been slow. But George and I have made quite a bit of progress, and we're pretty pleased so far with where we are at. First, I'll show you down in the refugium. The refugium is doing great. Protein skimmer is working well. I added a phosband reactor in the front, as well as LED lights for the live rock section, as well as the Chaeto and deep sand bed section. So that is all doing quite well. So move up to the main tank. You can see the molding. This is gonna all be one big cabinet. So the refugium part, there'll be two big doors that are cabinet doors that will enclose that. And then we have a ledge that was made deep enough to host a coffee mug or a glass of wine or something while peering at the aquarium. And it's picture frame molding around it. And then up top there will be, we will mimic the molding that's in the rest of the room, and that's going to go all the way across the top. And then a big door to cover the lighting housing. You can see the molding below it that wraps around the aquarium. And this end is actually going to be removable, and there's going to be a removable panel so that if I ever need to slide out the refugium, I can through that. So there's casing on that, and this will all be one panel. This side looks great, ready for painting. Have the same molding around with the ledge and the picture frame style molding all the way around it, and the crown molding on the ceiling. If you notice in the aquarium, the corals are all doing great. And I'll just kind of slide through so you can see some of the corals and the shrimp. The corals are all very happy. I have 4 clowns, and so they've all been fighting actually over this toadstool coral, and so I just added this bubble tip anemone, and so I'm hoping he'll decide to stay in that spot, but we know how that goes. However, one of the clowns has already begun hosting it, so that is exciting. The only frustrating things I've had from the tank have been the loss of 2 torch corals. I've basically given up on torch corals. I can't keep one of them alive to save my life. And issues with the auto top off. I will point out this anemone here is bleached. It actually went over to my buddy's tank when I was having issues because the air went out in my house this summer, and so it was heating the tank too much, and so the anemone was freaking out. So we sent it over to my friend's house, and it climbed back into the back rock and took forever for it to come back out. So we took it back out and put it in a holding tank for me to come get it, and in the process he just became stressed and bleached. But he's been back in this tank for several months, and he's hosted by this clown, and he seems to be doing well despite the fact that he's bleached. Elegance coral is very, very happy. Brain is happy. Mushrooms, I love mushrooms. And 2 different bubble corals and some polyps. So as I mentioned, the only difficulty I'm still having, I have my system set up in the laundry room so I can do automatic water changes, which is working great. The only thing that is not working from out there is the water top off, and so I'm going to have to reset that up through the crawl space as an independent unit and not tied in to the chiller feedback as I currently have it. So in the interim, my water top off is in this jug right here, and after we get the cabinetry done and painted and etc., I'll climb back in the crawl space and get that completed. But as you can see, I'm pretty happy. Everything looks nice and healthy and pretty, and my clowns are happy now that I added another anemone for them to play with, and so I am quite pleased.